For 40 years, no vessel sailed these waters out without this tower's glow to steer by. It was their one true marker.
Why can't I make perfect art? How am I even supposed to show my work then?
You have to get on board.
I'm not stepping foot on that vessel! Starvation pales in comparison to the agony of facing the ocean that swallowed my kin.
Everyone wants a flawless performance, but my hands don't deserve to touch music anymore.
I thought books could wall off human pain. In the end, I'm still trapped in loneliness.
Martha. Gears failed that night. I couldn't bring the full beam back in time. I sent them onto that reef.
I wanted to build a whole set to help save the lighthouse, and now I can't even make one unbroken form.
This melody is for this shore. We met in the late summer storm, and now autumn is almost over. I'll return to the bookshop by dusk.
That construction hollowed out the lighthouse foundation.
Your permit had already expired.
Go to the Ocean Academy without letting this nearshore pain hold you back. For 40 years, no vessel sailed these waters out without this tower's glow to steer by. It was their one true marker. 4 decades I've watched over this lighthouse. Now they say it's coming down, simple as that.
Why can't I make perfect art? How am I even supposed to show my work then?
This is the last cargo ship. You have to get on board.
I'm not stepping foot on that vessel!
You don't have a choice.
The sea took my brother! The sight of open deep water chokes the air right out of my lungs!
Hiding from your fears won't put food on the table. We've got no other way to survive.
Starvation pales in comparison to the agony of facing the ocean that swallowed my kin. I will never board that ship! Magnus! Magnus!
I thought books could wall off human pain. In the end, I'm still trapped in loneliness. Henrik used to sit here in silence. Now only the lighthouse keeps swaying through the night. The road turns to mud in the fog. No one will come tonight.
Everyone wants a flawless performance, but my hands don't deserve to touch music anymore.
The tide rises fast on the flats. Being out here alone in this fog is dangerous. Follow me.
No.
No!
You look like you just had a nightmare.
I dreamed about 10 years ago. My brother got pulled under by the deep ocean.
I lost my loved one in this very sea 40 years ago. Just seeing the water fills me with fear.
I can never forget those memories. Thank you.
Ingrid? How come you're here? I hadn't seen you leave the workshop in 3 days, so I brought the clay over. You've been shutting yourself in again. No matter how I need it, the clay cracks. I can't make the piece for the exhibition.
Don't force it to be smooth. Cracks can be part of what makes a vessel its own.
No. Making flawless exhibits is the only thing that gives my life meaning.
Everyone worships melody. Only I know what one mistake can do. Repairing broken pianos here means I don't have to endure anyone's expectations.
You had already written your retirement request. You could have left this wounded coast. Why have you trapped yourself in that lighthouse for 40 years? I've run this shop for over a decade. I've seen this photo 100 times. Henrik always avoids Martha. What's he hiding? If I don't dig up the sea clay now, the whole exhibition is done. Even if the waves are dangerous, I have to go to the dock.
The boards are covered in seaweed! Careful, you'll fall in!
Every time I touch an instrument, that humiliation comes back. I'll spend my life with broken pianos.
Old wounds don't need reopening. A major storm is coming. Once the rain hits, the flats will be impossible. Warn everyone to secure their supplies.
As long as the candle stays lit, this bookshop is still a shelter. Everyone is trapped somewhere tonight. I hope they prepared for the storm.
The lighthouse is the boat's only guide. If it goes dark, they'll hit the reefs.
The outside world is just noise, ruins and silence. Better places to hide.
Repairing the lighthouse in this weather is suicide. The mud's bad. Then frozen. But we have to get you back to the shop and treat that wound. He hit his head. He's losing blood. Get gauze and alcohol now!
Sylvie, get the first aid supplies first. We can't delay the bandage.
What happened to your wrist? Why have you been hiding that scar all these years? Don't pry. It's better if we leave each other alone.
We're all trapped in this storm. Don't need to cut each other.
Martha.
The wind's easing, but the road outside is still impassable. No one goes back out tonight.
I kept this photo hidden in the shop for over a decade. I never dared to ask. You wrote that retirement request. You could have left this coast. Instead, you stayed. And Martha and an entire crew died on that reef.
Is that reef connected to where my brother disappeared? You carried 40 years of that alone and never told a soul?
The gears failed that night. I couldn't bring the full Bane back in time. I sent them onto that reef. I couldn't leave after that. Leaving would have meant abandoning them.
I saw full concert scores in your shop. You're clearly gifted. Why hide here fixing abandoned pianos instead of playing?
They called me a prodigy from childhood. No mistakes allowed. One wrong note in Vienna and the pity in that room crushed me. I damaged the nerves in my hand on purpose. I gave up the stage just to escape their expectations.
Cracked clay can still become a beautiful vessel. Your scar shouldn't be the cage that keeps you from living. Perfection was never the only standard for being alive. Broken people and broken things still have their own value. I ended my marriage in a hurry and kept this shop alone for over a decade. I used to think loneliness was punishment. Meeting you all, maybe it was just waiting.
3 years ago, my brother sailed into a reef during a storm warning. He never came back. Since that day, I haven't been able to go near the water.
I know what it's like to watch someone you love vanish and feel powerless. I carried that alone for years. Having someone to share it with, it's lighter now. 40 winters, 40 summers. The tide came and went, and I was the only one watching. After Martha died, this whole coast became silence. That storm brought me a few children. At least now someone shares the weight.
A melody doesn't have to be flawless. You don't have to smooth out every crack. Clay follows its own grain.
Galleries rejected my cracked work, but the coast itself is nothing but wind marks and cracks.
I used to run from the deep and hate it. After reading 40 years of tide records, I understand the lighthouse is the heart of this coast. Henrik's heart can't take night after night in the tower. Maybe I should let go of my fear and take on the tide records myself.
I used to think being broken meant being ruined. Now the vibration of a snapped string feels strangely peaceful.
He gave up the chance to leave this coast and spent 40 years alone with heart pain and silence. If Thomas tears down that lighthouse, he'll leave Wraithing Henrik and Marsa left behind. Henrik.
Your retirement paperwork is long overdue. The entire tidal flat has been rezoned for the resort. The site must be handed over this month, and the old stone tower replaced with an automated beacon. These waters have a low-frequency swell that standard machines can't handle. In a storm, the automated system will jam. The old lighthouse is the only navigation those boats trust. Tearing it down for quick profit means gambling with generations of fishermen's lives.
I wanted to build a whole set to help save the lighthouse, and now I can't even make one unbroken form. Then let the crack become the design.
The freight order cannot be delayed. The storm's raging violently, putting out carries extreme risks. Our whole family lives off this fishing boat. I don't want anyone else to perish on those reefs.
If you shut yourself away long enough, even an instrument becomes a prison. Music is supposed to let life in.
The moment I touch a full keyboard, I remember that stage. I can't face melody yet.
Don't stare at the deep water. Keep your eyes on me. Don't let the crosswind pull you over. The sea's pulling me under.
You knew your heart was bad, and you still went out onto that breakweight alone.
Fear is not a fault, yet we must not let it drive us into peril.
Breaking is only the beginning of being remade. When the storm passes, we'll gather shells and sand and start again. I was so obsessed with flawlessness that I forgot this coast is nothing but cracks. Is this Vienna recital poster from the stage you once played? Why hide under a different name in this town?
The man on that stage is gone. Don't dig up old pain just to cut me open.
You hide here, fixing broken pianos, watching the rest of us struggle. Is your artistic pain the only pain that counts?
You don't understand what it's like to have a future destroyed by a scar. Art demands no mistakes.
The lighthouse is still threatened, and the sea is still unsafe. We need to gather evidence together.
My hands are covered in cuts from clay. Galleries rejected my cracked work again and again. We both mistook damage for failure. Cracked clay can still be beautiful. Music doesn't have to be perfect either.
The beam's rhythm follows the current. One slight deviation, and a boat hits the reef.
Now that I understand the tide calculations, we can adjust the dampers manually even in a storm. Two identical concert posters. What happened in Vienna? Why did you destroy your own playing hand? That has nothing to do with any of you. Stop asking. I won't talk about it.
We all carry chains. Sharing the past isn't prying, it's how we help each other out. Lonely people gathered on this coast don't have to carry every wound alone.
No time for private wounds. The Coast Authority is already here. If we don't move the old books and tower blueprints out of the basement, the water will destroy this town's coastal history. Everyone moves! Now!
Those automated systems can't survive this coast's low frequency swells. If that light fails tonight, every nearshore boat loses its guide.
These are the town's last navigation records. Martha's log from that voyage. If they soak through, 40 years of coastal memory disappears. Everything goes upstairs.
You've been using that scar as an excuse to avoid everything. If you won't even help move books, are you still just living in self-pity?
When I put force through my right hand, the nerve pain is brutal. One wrong move and I could lose function for good. I'll only damage the books.
Life isn't just the stage. A damaged hand still has worth. Don't keep using that scar as a wall between you and everyone else. Don't touch the loose boards. A second collapse could trap us. Stay close to the wall and move slowly. Don't scatter. The load-sparing wall is compromised. Move alone, and falling timber could take you down.
I'm right beside you. You won't fall. Match my steps.
You chased perfection in every phrase, every touch. Was one mistake really worth abandoning your whole life?
Everyone expected the perfect pianist. No one accepted the scarred version who could make mistakes. I had to disappear from all those eyes.
Breathe with the flame. Don't force yourself to be perfect. Steady is already enough.
Thanks.
The Authority delivered the takeover order 2 hours early. At dawn, they'll start removing the old equipment. We have very little time. We need every piece of evidence tonight.
The convoy is moving faster than the notice said. We don't have much time. We have to finish every document before morning.
The automated system has a fatal resonance flaw. In a storm, it can fail completely. The only navigation light for the nearshore boats, we can't let them remove it.
The bookshop holds 30 years of coastal construction records. We have written proof of Thomas' illegal reef blasting. That can prove the developer's fraud. I'll make a small set of coastal ceramic pieces tonight. If we display the lighthouse's history, it can draw public attention and delay the vote.
At first light, I'll visit the old fisherman house by house. I'll collect signed statements about the reef blast and the damage it caused. The lighthouse stone and the council hall stone came from the same source. I can run a resonance test and prove the tower is structurally safe.
If storm resonance jams the light, the whole sea goes dark. The fishermen face the reefs blind.
I've noted every damping defect. Tomorrow, I'll present the full safety risk at the council hearing. The wall resonance interferes with the circuit board. This replacement plan had a fatal flaw from the start.
Watch the pressure gauge. If the current spikes, tell me immediately. We can't let the lighthouse lose its manual beam.
In 40 years and dozens of major storms, the old lighthouse has never collapsed. The automated system's resonance flaw is the real danger at sea.
Last night's tide data confirms the resonance matches the tower's natural frequency.
Demolition trades fishermen's lives for commercial profit.
If the councilors see the human history of this coast, they may hesitate to demolish it. I used to worry that my work wasn't flawless. Now the cracks and wave lines feel like the true shape of this coast. They don't need to be hidden. 40 years of day and night at the tower have worn your heart down, and you never told anyone how much pain you were in. I guarded a bookshop for years thinking loneliness was normal. Meeting you all taught me I don't have to carry everything alone.
Your heartbeat, the tide, and the Venbranchen the same kind should. Howring to the lighthouse, and you made a show for everyone on Josiah's home. I used to fear the deep and run from it. After reading 40 years of tide records, I understand the lighthouse is the coast's heart. Henrik can't keep carrying the watch alone. I'm willing to take over and share the storm.
Clay holds every rise and fall of the tide. A vessel can keep all the scars and tenderness of a coast. After the hearing, I'll take this set to the city so people can see this town's hidden story.
I've recorded the currents, the reefs, and the seasonal tide levels. From now on, I'll take the daily observations. You rest and stop climbing that tower at night.
This key opens the equipment room, the lower compartment, and the observation room. Record every current speed and pressure change honestly. Before every storm, check the gear dampers. One wrong number can put every fishing boat in danger. I've kept watch for 40 years. My body can't do it anymore. The coast's pulse is yours to record.
I also papai when we made to do it like you did for Disney and the jury.
You don't have to do it for 40 years. On every day you stand the watch, read the waves carefully. That's enough to protect this coast.
I used to chase smooth, flawless forms. Now I'm leaving the cracks in the clay on purpose. This coast is made of wind scars. My work should tell that truth.
You used to shake at the sight of deep water. Now you can sit still and calculate the currents. You've already crossed the fear that trapped you.
I keep wondering whether I could have saved my brother if I understood what it did.
The tide comes and goes. Regret here, but the records we keep now can protect the people who sail after us. 40 years ago, this bookshop had warm nights too. Back then I stood alone. Now I have you all beside me.
It's just an abandoned route mark. Just an abandoned route mark.
Currents shift every year. 3 years on, chasing it only reopens the wound.
You recorded that reef completely, then hid it in the drawings. The official rec report changed the numbers. You're the only one with the real coordinates. Why hide them?
That storm took Martha and an entire crew. I was afraid another person would die on that reef, and I was afraid you'd rush into those waters if you knew the truth. I couldn't bear to watch another loss. The tide can take the wreckage, but it never washes regret from the heart.
I have the real coordinates, but Henrik kept them hidden. I don't know whether I should go out there alone and face it.
You don't have to force a broken pot back together. The crack becomes part of the vessel. Pain works the same way. If you keep running, it keeps you trapped. Facing the past is the only way to make peace with the sea. The town changed every public route record to avoid panic. Only the old papers in this shop kept the truth. It wasn't just Henrik. Your father, Otto, sealed away the reef charts too. Everyone has been trying to protect you by avoiding the truth.
If I keep living with guesses,
I'll never be free of the deep. I have to reach that water myself and give my brother an answer. The low-frequency resonation in the wall is interfering with the circuit board. Set the device to level 3 and match the rhythm of the waves. That's the only way the light stabilizes. Force the switch, and you'll burn the whole circuit.
Your ear fills the flaw in this lighthouse. Without you, every boat out there would be lost tonight.
This is the marker my brother carried when he sailed. The city report erased this reef route, so everyone thought he broke the rules out of recklessness. He didn't. He sailed into the danger zone to warn people about the storm. Before radio, lighthouse keepers and sailors used this ring mark as a coastal code. It recorded reefs and tidal resonance frequencies. I thought it was decorative. I never understood the history behind it.
So the keepers, the sailors, and the old pianists all use the same coastal code? The whole town's past is tied together by this symbol.
Before radio, lighthouse keepers and sailors used this ring mark as a coastal code. It recorded reefs and tidal resonance frequencies. I thought it was decorative. I never understood the history behind it.
Clay, strings, tides, they all move with the same rhythm. We don't have to be flawless. Even with scars, we can still read every story this coast carries. This is the first keeper family's heirloom, passed down through Henrik's line. On the back, a simple passage map points to a hidden space. We're turning everyone's coastal stories into a ceramic collection titled Intertidal Zone.
I used to think my damaged hands didn't deserve the keys. Now I know. The scar is part of my sound.
40 years of foundation damage and wreck records are locked down there. With those files, we can overturn the developer's false danger report at the council.
Whatever heavy past is hidden there, I'll stay with you through every file. More than half the town has signed to keep the lighthouse. Older fishermen are willing to testify tomorrow. Everyone remembers Thomas blasting the reef. We have the town behind us.
I watched the blasting damage the load-bearing rock. Capital only cared about a resort's quick return and ignored the nearshore routes fishermen depend on. We are not protecting stone. We are protecting the line between life and death on this coast.
Clay preserves the marks of countless tides. We'll let the object speak the coast's history. We won't let capital cover decades of grief with lies.
The old lighthouse stone is badly aging. Demolishing it and building the coastal resort is the only way forward for this town. Clinging to an old building will only hold the economy back.
More than 10 years ago, Thomas blasted the North Reef and wiped out the nearshore fish. That construction hollowed out the lighthouse foundation. Now he's twisting the truth and calling the lighthouse unsafe.
This assessment is full of lies. It deliberately hides the permanent rock damage caused by the blasting. We have the original construction files, local records, and fishermen's testimony.
Submitting a false safety report is commercial fraud. The municipal legal office has enough grounds to sue.
30 years ago, you forced through the North Reef blasting and damaged the coast's load-bearing rock. Now you blame a century-old lighthouse for the foundation problem. This tower has survived countless storms. Your construction left the permanent hazard.
I use acoustic resonance to test structures. This hall and the lighthouse use the same coastal stone. The rock is stable, the lighthouse is not at risk. The automated system's resonance flaw is the true danger at sea.
This lighthouse holds generations of sailors' memories of life and death. If it's demolished, the town's own coastal history disappears.
The construction was carried out entirely under a temporary plan. There was nothing illegal about it.
The planning documents clearly forbid blasting in the nearshore reef zoa. Your permit had already expired. The record is right here in black and white.
The lighthouse is safe for now. You don't have to carry 40 years of guilt alone. We're all here to share it with you.
When that storm beneath fade time, Martha and a whole crew drifted onto the reef and stayed in the sea forever. All these years I kept thinking it was all my fault. So it's true.
You locked your grief underground for 40 years and blamed yourself, but that failure came from aging equipment. It wasn't all on you.
I keep thinking that if I had checked the machinery one more time, everything might have been different. I was afraid to open the letters and face what I lost.
From now on, we write the coast records together. The past in that compartment doesn't have to be guarded by one man anymore. I used to chase a flawless performance. Now I understand these damaged hands can still match the rhythm of clay and waves. I don't have to keep punishing myself.
I hated myself for every crack in my work too. Clay only becomes whole after fire. People become whole by accepting their scars. I used to think marriage trapped me and keeping the bookshop alone was punishment. Day after day, it was only sea wind and old books. Meeting all of you understand Dave isn't a cage. It can be a place where wounded people find each other.
You learned to live with loneliness before any of us did.
This room faces the sea. You'll rest up here from now on. No more climbing the lighthouse stairs.
I checked every current speed and pressure reading. To me, you've already been a father. From now on, I'm the keeper of this coast. Your heart can't take that kind of watch anymore. I'll handle the observations. You rest.
You've grown into someone who can stand against the waves on your own.
I want to organize every old drawing from the tunnel and mark the dangerous reefs for future sailor. Pulled out this sealed route to check it. The coordinates match the wreck from 40 years ago and the waters where my brother disappeared. The tide carries wreckage away, but the coast keeps the traces of the dead. You don't have to live inside endless regret.
This collection will go to the city gallery. The story of this town and the sea will reach more people. The cracks aren't flaws anymore. They're the marks of a story.
This coin carries the memories of generations of fishermen and lighthouse keepers. Buried here, all the weight of the past returns to the coast.
40 years I watched the tide alone. I never imagined I'd have a family at the end.
He's finally made peace with the sea.
The bookshop attic still looks out to the sea. I can watch the tide with you every day.
40 years of duty ends here. It's time I set the burden down. We can see each other whenever we want.
It's quiet and warm here. No endless grinding of lighthouse gears. When you're tired, you can sit by the window and look at the sea. I used to think the bookshop alone for more than 10 years.
Now I know that with people beside you.
For the first time, the Alec feels lived in, not just books and sea wind.
After your brother died, I locked away every reef chart. I was afraid you'd chase those waters and I'd lose my only child too.
Hiding the truth only made me fear the sea for years. Now I understand my brother died trying to warn people, and I understand your fear.
Go see farther waters. Don't stay trapped on the near shore that hurt us.
What happened on that stage wasn't just an accident. You injured your hand to escape the cage of perfection. I want to hear the whole story when you're ready.
We need to get you to the clinic now. Your heart can't keep pushing through this.
I thought you'd only gotten hurt by accident. It wasn't until I read the letter that I realized you intentionally ruined your ability to play. Why?
All my life, people hailed me as a genius. Zero room for any slip-up. So I hurt the nerves in my hands on purpose to escape perfectionism's grasp entirely.
I got rejected by judges countless times over factures in my clay work. Later, I realized cracks hold their own unique marks.
Thank you, Ingrid. I finally understand. You know the truth about what happened to my brother. Why never told me?
I feared you'd head blindly into the dangerous reefs no matter what after finding out the truth. I've lost your brother once. I won't lose you as well.
Hiding the truth only made me hate the ocean for years. Now I understand my brother's sense of duty, and I won't act recklessly anymore.
You've grown up, Magnus.
Ingrid!
Elias.
The City Gallery exhibition is right around the corner, and the conservatory offered me a restoration workshop position. Would you come with me?
I'd love to.
We met in the late summer storm, and now autumn is almost over. Bound by fear of the sea and my brother's secret, I must reach the reef and read his words to let the past rest. I'll return to the bookshop by dusk.
Henrik, everyone thought you broke the rules recklessly. They all misunderstood you. Now I know you spotted the storm early. You sailed into the Forbidden Reek alone, just to warn the coast. I'll keep this diary safe. When I enter the academy, I'll add these coordinates and your story to the coastal warning records. No one will misunderstand you again.
Somehow we've gone from late summer to deep autumn. In just a few months, 5 people living as separate islands helped each other through storm after storm. Now it's time for each of us to move toward what comes next.
The sea can take lives, but it can never wash away courage and kindness. Your brother's light will forever stay on this shore.
Once the autumn storm subsides, we'll head to the city, carry our pottery and music with us, and begin our new journey.
Before entering the academy, I'll stay a while longer, finish my final tide records, and bid a sincere farewell to the lighthouse in this.
Magnus, pass me the hemp rope and secure the boards. Move quickly. If the rain keeps seeping in, the old books and coastal files will be ruined. Stand against the inner shelf wall. Roof tiles could fall near the windows at any moment. Don't go near that side.
Everyone prioritizes the 40 years of tide logs, the wreck letters, and the fisherman's relic files. If the paper records get wet, decades of coastal history vanish. The ceramics and furniture can wait.
Wrap every old book separately in oiled, waterproof paper and stack them high. Don't pile them together where they'll crush each other. The glass on fired clay can crack if it gets soaked, and the diary ink will dissolve. We have to keep every drop of water off them.
I used to hide and shake whenever I saw a storm. Now I'm here repairing the house and protecting coastal memories with all of you. When you're not alone, a storm doesn't feel so helpless anymore. When the water rose last night, I heard a hollow sound underneath. Since the lighthouse had a hidden passage, this old bookhouse may have a compartment too. Let's open it and see what's inside.
These are the personal belongings of sailors lost at sea over decades. The bookshop was once a temporary registry after shipwrecks. Families left these things here waiting for news, and the years buried them in this compartment.
These relics have been sealed away for too long. Every family deserves a proper answer. Put them into leather folders and mark each sailor's name and the year of the wreck.
This fired clay coastal mark means the sea never forgot them. When the families see it, they'll know this coast kept a trace of the people they loved. I'll deliver them to each registered address myself. Every relic will be placed directly in a family's hands. Nothing will be lost in the post.
Please send this 40-year tide log to North Star Maritime Academy.
This sea no longer has to carry the stories of the dead alone.
The City Gallery officially invited the Tidical Zone. Will you come with me? We can show the coastal ceramics while you restore old pianos and teach at the Music Academy.
As long as there is clay and melody, any city can feel like home.
I've asked Luna to watch the bookshop. I'm going to travel alone along the coast, visit other seaside towns, and gather sea poems for the shelves.
Go to the Ocean Academy without letting this nearshore pain hold you back.
The night before I leave, I'll stay at the bookshop and listen to 40 years of old coastal stories with you.
Go follow your own tide. The town is close. You can always come back.
I found your reef letter in my bag. I'll sail to that unnamed reef to bid farewell to the lost souls there and lay my last unrest to rest.
Go. Cast off your guilt and fear. The White Bloomis Island will heal your rift with the ocean. Leave the past behind. The shore tides shift quickly on your return.
I once resented the sea for taking my brother, but through his diary and this island, I finally understand. He sailed to guard coastal fishermen. I'll add this island's coordinates and reef hazards to the Academy's warning manual to keep all sailors safe. I fear the blue abyss no longer. I'll carry on Mr. Henrik's wish and record every tide to come.
The music and the clay won't stop. We're only stopping on another coast. This seaside town will always be our shared home.
Ingrid's pottery moves the city. Magnus sails without fear now. Sylvie gathers coastal poems. Elias plays again, scars and all. The tide rises and falls. People meet and part. But the 5 of us have crossed our separate islands and reached a peaceful shore inside ourselves.
Why is it the centerpiece of the exhibition?
Brokenness is not the end. Embrace imperfection, and you'll find a tenderness all its own.
I messed up the test again. Want to come over to my hometown during the break? It's a home where we support each other through everything.
It's a safe harbor that warms every heart.
Do the stories of this island dwell here?
Here lie tales of lighthouses, tides, and seafarers. Solitude, comfort, and rendezvous make up the coast. Rest while and savor sea poems slowly. A scar runs along your wrist. How can you play such soft melodies?
Scars shape melody, not stop it. Flaws don't matter. Accept yourself, and your unique song unfolds. This insight was found on a small isle,